Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a nice, fine Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening. So, a lot of you guys wanted this video, and here is the video that you all wanted. So here is my entire Doctor Who Blu-ray collection update video. Right then, so the reason I'm doing this video now is because I kind of have no Blu-rays to get at this point in time for Region 2, aka the UK, because I'm literally just waiting for my Steelbook for Doctor Who Season 2 to get released in August. And then, of course, we have the next collection box set Blu-ray. So, as we kind of have a gap for over here in the UK, so I thought, you know what? You all wanted this video basically roundabout since April for a collection update on the Blu-rays. So, here it is. So I'm going to break this video down into different parts, like my Blu-ray collection, then my Steelbook collection, my standard Blu-rays, and then of course my other countries' Blu-ray releases of Doctor Who in my collection. So to start this off with, so here is my Doctor Who the collection range. So at this current point in time, I have every single release for the collection range limited edition. So we've got Doctor Who the Collection Season 2, and of course mine is signed by Carol Ann Ford and Mira O'Brien, and this season contains basically Planet of the Giants, the Dalek Invasion of Earth, the Rescued, the Romans, the Crusade, the Space Museum, the Chase, and of course the Time Midler. So yeah, Season 2, it is my favourite Hartnell season. So to actually have my favourite Hartnell season is really, really great to have on Blu-ray. And then, of course, you will see me place them on behind me on the shelf. So then, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 7, the most recent one that came out back in March. And Season 7, it is my second favourite Pertwee season. And, of course, it contains Spare from Space, Doctor Who and the Silurians, Ambassador Death, and, of course, Inferno. And you will see one of these stories pop up more than once on Blu-ray in this collection, by the way. So keep your eye out for what story that might be. I really love Season 7. It is my second favourite Pertwee season. Then, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection, Season 8, signed by Katie Manning. And, of course, this contains Terror of the Autons, The Mind of Evil, Claws of Axos, Connery in Space, and The Daemons, which is, of course, one of my favourite stories for the Pertwee era. Season 8, it is my third favourite season for the Pertwee era. I have to admit, I do quite enjoy it. Next, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 9, also signed by Katie Manning, which is, of course, contains Day of the Daleks, The Curse of Paladon, my favourite Pertwee story of all time, The Sea Devils, The Mutants, and The Time Monster. And I do like their artwork, by the way. I love how Katie Manning designs it, nice and big. I really like Katie Manning's signature. And then, of course, we have my favourite Third Doctor and Pertwee season. Season 10, signed by Katie Manning, and, of course, by Lolly Webb, who basically plays Mr. Olives. So it's signed by Joe Grant and Mr. Olives. And this contains basically the three Doctors, Carnival of the Monsters, Frontier in Space, Planet of the Daleks, and of course the Green Death, which are 4 out of 5 great stories from this season. My least favourite is definitely the Planet of the Daleks, but I still have a little bit of a soft spot for it. It is a good story, but my least favourite from the entire whole season. And then, of course, diving into my all-time favourite incarnation of the Doctor, Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor. And, of course, I have Doctor Who The Collection Season 12, which contains Robot, The Ark in Space, The Santoran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, and, of course, Revenge of the Cybermen, which is another great box set. Then, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 14, that contains The Mask of Mandragora, The Hand of Fear, The Deadly Assassin, The Face of Evil, The Robots of Death, and The Talents of Wing Chiang. Season 15 for Doctor Who The Collection, and of course this contains Horror of Fang Rock, The Invisible Enemy, Image of the Fendel, The Sunmakers, Underworld, and The Invasion of Time. Then, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 17 limited edition. That contains basically Destiny of the Daleks, The City of Death, The Creature from the Pit, Nightmare of Eden, The Haunts of Namon, and Shada. I really love Season 17. It's such a good season. It is one of my favourite seasons. Then, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 18. Tom Baker's final season as the 4th Doctor, and which is soon to be getting signed this Saturday by an actor from this season. And of course, contains basically the Leisure Hive, Magloss, Full Circle, State of Decay, Warriors Gate, Keeper of Traken, and the Gopolis. And of course, K9 and Company. Then of course we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 19, signed by Peter Davison and Jeanette Fielding. As you can see, Peter Davison's signature is kind of signed because it is covered up by the J card, but you got Jeanette Fielding. This season is also going to be signed by another actor this Saturday. And of course, this season contains Cash of Power, Fort of Doomsday, Kinder, The Visitation, Black Orchid, Earthshock, and Time Flight. Next, for the collection range, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 20, signed by Janet Fielding. And of course, this season contains Arc Infinity, Snake Dance, Mordred of the Dead, Terminus, Enlightenment, The King's Demons, and of course, my favourite Fifth Doctor story, well, one of my favourite Fifth Doctor stories, The Five Doctors, but not once, not twice, but 3 different versions. The original version, the 40th anniversary version, and the 1995 version. I love this season. I really love it. It's such a great story. I love The Five Doctors. It's my favourite. Then, of course, we have next Doctor Who The Collection Season 22, signed by Colin Baker back in March. This is honestly my favourite Colin Baker season, and of course it contains Attack of the Cybermen, Adventures of Varos, Mark of Irani, The Two Doctors, Time Lash, and Revelation of the Daleks. It is absolutely brilliant. I love these collection sets, I really do. Next, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 23, signed by Nicola Bryant and, of course, Colin Baker. And this is contained all 14 episodes of Trial of a Time Lord. Next in the collection range, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 24, signed by Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred. And this season contains Time and Irani, Paradise Towers, Data and the Batman, and of course, Dragonfire, which is another great season. I really love that season. I do. My favourite is definitely Paradise Towers. Then, of course, we have another one in the collection range. We have Doctor Who The Collection Season 25, which contains Remembrance of the Daleks, The Fantastic Happiness Patrol, Silver Nemesis, and The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. And then, of course, we have Doctor Who The Collection Season 26, signed by Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred. This also contains Battlefield, Ghostlight, The Curse of Fenric, and Survival. Absolutely brilliant. So, of course, continuing on with the collection range, I have a couple of the standard editions. So we've got Doctor Who The Collection Season 8, Doctor Who The Collection Season 10, Doctor Who The Collection Season 14, Doctor Who The Collection Season 17. Then, of course, we've got Doctor Who The Collection Season 18, Doctor Who The Collection Season 19, Doctor Who The Collection Season 22, Doctor Who The Collection Season 23, Doctor Who The Collection Season 24, and Doctor Who The Collection Season 26. So, as you can see from that list, I'm actually missing Season 2, Season 9, and of course Season 12 in the standard collection range. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I collect the limited editions and of course the standard ones? Because the standard ones are basically just backup for if the discs end up kind of getting scratched or broken, because I do watch these quite a lot. So these are just like backup in case I want to swap the discs over if one gets scratched or damaged. Plus, these ones I can't be bothered to get signed because even though the artwork is still exactly the same, I just love the limited edition sets, which is why I do get the limited edition ones signed, and I keep these ones in good condition without any signatures. So then, of course, diving into the next category, the Steelbooks of my Blu-ray collection. So, of course, we have Doctor Who The Daleks in colour, Steelbook. And I do put that on the top up there. Then, of course, we have Doctor Who Galaxy 4, which is such a good story. I really enjoyed this one. The animation, I enjoy it a little bit. Not as much as other animations, but I still enjoy the story. Then, of course, we have one that came out last year, which is Doctor Who, The Celestial Toymaker. And, of course, it kind of fits around with the 60th anniversary as well. As, of course, the Toymaker makes a return. And that's the back of the Steelbook. Then, of course, we have the most recent animation adaptation to a missing story, which is The Smugglers. So, of course, you got a fantastic, as you can see, fantastic artwork on the front and back. And then, of course, that is the side. I do enjoy this one. And can't wait to give this one another review. Well, I haven't given it a review yet, I don't think. But I have held back on it because I am doing every single story review. Then, of course, we have Doctor Who, the Underwater Menace Steelbook. I love that with the TARDIS basically drifting underwater. And, of course, you've got one of the creatures from Atlantis watching them, which is quite good. But that isn't really the next one. So then, of course, we have Doctor Who, the Power of the Daleks, the first steelbook in the steelbook range for the animations. And this is the only way for us to get the coloured version of all 6 episodes, because it was released in black and white on the DVD and special edition. But it's the only way for you to pick up the coloured version on DVD and Blu-ray in this steelbook, which is absolutely a fantastic way. So I do enjoy the steelbook to the Power of the Daleks. Then, of course, I got the steelbook to Doctor Who, the Underwater Menace. Again, no, sorry, to the Macra Terror. Again, I really enjoyed the story. Absolutely brilliant story. I love it. I really love the Macra Terror. I wish animations went back to the way at the start of the Macra Terror. Then, of course, next we have the Faceless Ones, which is basically just the same artwork in different colours. Nothing much to say about it. The story is kind of okay. You'll find out what I think of the story in my review, which will be out hopefully round about Christmas. Because I've got season 1 planned between now and August for reviews every Monday. Then, of course, we have the steelbook release for Doctor Who, the Evil of the Daleks, the Abominable Snowmen, the Web of Fear, as you can see here. So I love the artwork to the Abominable Snowman and the Web of Fear, because it is a very great Yeti story. And I do enjoy the Yetis. They are absolutely fantastic. Then, of course, we have Fury from the Deep, with the TARDIS being dragged by seaweed. Not my favourite artwork, but I still personally enjoyed it. And then, of course, we have the most recent steelbook in the collection of the classic range, Doctor Who, the War Games in colour. I still need to get the steelbook protector. Yes, the protector doesn't really cover the J cards, because the J cards are a little bit bulky, so I don't really mind having the J cards off. But yeah, it's actually quite like that. I love Patrick Troughton's face. I love the War Games in colour. It's such good. I'm hoping we get another one later this year. And then, of course, we have a John Pertwee story. And I did say keep your eye out for a story from season 7 to pop up more than once in this video, as I have Doctor Who Sparehead from Space, the opening story to season 7. So yeah, I love Sparehead from Space, and I even have the steelbook. I love that one. And then, of course, the last one for Classic Who, we have Shada, Tom Baker's only steelbook release, and it's to the fantastic animation adaptation to the missing parts of the story, Shada, which is absolutely brilliant and filmed back in 1979 and finished in 2017. And then diving into New Who. So yeah, for New Who, I have nearly all of the steelbooks. I'm only missing one, so let's see if you can guess it. So, of course, we have Doctor Who Series 1 steelbook done by Lee Binding, the fantastic Doctor Who artist who does the artwork for the collection range. So, you've got the 9th Doctor and Rose, Daleks and the TARDIS, Doctor Who The Collection, Doctor Who Series 2 steelbook. Really love the artwork, again done by Lee Binding, Daleks and Cybermen. Not my favourite series of Modern Who. It is my least favourite series of Modern Who, and you probably have watched the channel long enough to know why. And then, of course, we have my fantastic Doctor Who Series 3 steelbook. And, of course, you've got the Master and Weeping Angels on the back. Then, of course, we have my Series 4 steelbook of the Doctor and Donna, Daleks and Davros, and the TARDIS and Planets in the Sky. Really love the story. I really love Series 4. It is one of my favourite series from New Who. Then, of course, we have the special steelbook with Tennant waving to like he's about to regenerate. And at the back, you got a nice villain and a few companions. Then, of course, we have the Series 5 steelbook with the Doctor and Amy, the ties kind of breaking up. And then at the back, you got Weeping Angels, Daleks, Silurians, Rory, River, and little Amelia Pond. Series 6 steelbook, which is really cool. I like the steelbook to Series 6. It is a really good steelbook. I love the artwork. The artwork is amazing. Then, of course, we have the Series 7 steelbook. Really enjoy that artwork. I don't know why Amy has a little mini hand at the back of her. But yeah, it's quite good. Then, of course, you've got Series 7B on the back. I really like Series 7. It is one of my favourites from the Matt Smith era. Then, of course, we have the 50th anniversary of the anniversary steelbook. So you've got the War Doctor, the 11th Doctor, the 10th Doctor, the Moment, and of course, Clara. And at the back, you got the TARDIS. Love that artwork, I really do. Then, of course, we have the Series 8 steelbook signed by Samuel Anderson, who plays Danny Pink. in the season. So yeah, I met him at a Comic-Con and I got him to sign my Series 8 Steelbook. Then of course we have Series 10 Steelbook with the Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, and of course Bill Potts. So yeah, you're probably guessing I haven't got the Series 9 Steelbook. I want to get it, but at this current point in time, it is over £700. So if I do get it, I will be spending that much money on the Steelbook. So if I do get it in the collection, I will try and find a cheaper version, a cheaper way to get it. But if it comes to it, I will have to spend £7 to get that Steelbook, £700 if I have to. So then, of course, we have the Series 11 Steelbook. Not my favourite series, my least favourite series of the Whittaker era. The Series 12 Steelbook, again, you got the Doctor and the Master and the companions on the back. I love the Doctor and the Master there. And it gives me like Series 8 vibes with the Doctor and Missy. Series 13, aka Flux, with the Doctor, Yaz and Dan on the artwork. And then, of course, the Series 13 specials. So you've got the 13th Doctor, and then, of course, you've got Yaz, Dan, Ace, Tegan, the Master, Asha, Daleks, and, of course, the Sea Devils. And of course it is signed by, if I literally take it out, so it's signed by Amanda Gillip and of course Jeanette Fielding when I met them at Comic-Con last year, because them two are two different Comic-Cons. So I did get them to sign my two Steelbooks, which was the Steelbook, which was absolutely brilliant. Then of course we have Doctor Who, the 60th anniversary specials with basically Starbeast, Wobbling and the Giggle, and of course it is signed by Brian Herring, who is the puppeteer who made the puppet to Beep the Meep. And of course he does quite a few Star Wars props as well. And then of course we have the most recent Steelbook for the collection range, well, for the modern series until August, Series 1. Yeah, Season 1 I should say, or as I like to call it, Season 40, with Ncuti Gatwa and of course Millie Gibson. Really great artwork done by Lee Binding. So yeah, I really enjoy this artwork done by Lee Binding. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, now that's it for the Steelbooks. Or is it? Because I have two non-official canon Doctor Who Steelbooks. So I've got Doctor Who and the Daleks 4K by with Peter Cushing. And of course the Dalek Invasion of Earth 21 AD 4K. So yeah, I've got the two Peter Cushing Dalek movies in 4K, which I do enjoy because I do like the Peter Cushing Dalek movies. So then, of course, the standard Blu-rays are next. So, of course, we have The Power of the Daleks, Sparehead from Space, another copy of Sparehead from Space on Blu-ray, so you know how much I love the story. But there is another version of this in the collection, by the way. So keep your eye out for that one, because you will find that, because I do have quite a few copies of Sparehead from Space. And Doctor Who, the movie, signed by Paul McGann and Daphne Ashbrook. And then, of course, we have the remastered Series 1 to 4 of New Who. Basically, this came out to celebrate 60 years of Doctor Who and the return of Russell T Davies. And Series 3 is actually signed by Dean Lonnie Kelly, who plays William Shakespeare. And, of course, I got him to sign the Blu-ray of this series, And it says, "To Paul, all the hairy chests, Will am I." It's actually brilliant. I love the fact I met the actor that played William Shakespeare. Absolutely brilliant. And of course I got him to sign the remasters of Series 3. So yeah, I do have Series 1 to 4 and the specials remastered. And then of course we have the collection of Series 1 to 7 collection piece. That was very limited, and it was, of course, it was first came out, it was £250. My brother got me this for my 26th or 27th birthdays. And of course it does have all of Series 1 to 7. So yeah, I do kind of own Series 1 to 7 quite a few times in the collection. So that is the second time. Well, that's actually the third time because of the Steelbooks. So yeah, I do own Series 1 to 7 quite a lot. And then of course we have Series 6 Part 2 on Blu-ray. So this is basically just the same as the DVDs, as the volumes. The limited edition of Series 7 Part 1 with the Weeping Angel. Next, of course, it is a collector's edition to the 50th anniversary. You have everything from the 50th anniversary that is involved in this Steelbook into this. This came out first before the Steelbook. And it is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I love the fact I actually have this one and it's shaped as the moment. And I actually picked this up at a Comic-Con as well. Yes, I did pay a lot of money for it. So then, of course, we have the Day of the Doctor. Again, I have Day of the Doctor quite a few times in the collection, which I don't really mind. And then, of course, we have the collector's edition of Series 8, Series 9, and then, of course, I have another copy of Series 9. So this is actually my original copy, where this one I was actually given as fan mail because they didn't know I had it or not. Because I said I didn't have it when I was actually talking about the Steelbooks. So I got 2 copies of Series 9. Then, of course, we have Revolution of the Daleks, the 60th anniversary specials, the Church on Ruby Road, and the Joy to the World. So I don't have the Series 1 standard Blu-ray yet in the collection. And then, of course, for spin-offs in the collection, we've got Torchwood Series 1, Torchwood Series 2, which is my favourite series of Torchwood. I love Series 2. The Children of the Earth, and, of course, Miracle Day. So I have all of Torchwood on Blu-ray, every single episode of Torchwood. And then, of course, we have the only season of Class on Blu-ray. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I've got a few spin-offs. That's not all, because I do have other countries, but I do have the only Doctor Who episode to be released on 4K here in the UK. It is literally the only one to be released in 4K. Twice Upon a Time. So Peter Capaldi's final story as the fantastic 12th Doctor has only been released, is the only Doctor story to be released in 4K. And yes, I did pay $9.99 for it when it first originally came out back in 2018. So then, of course, I own some other stuff in the collection. So let's look at my other countries' Blu-rays. So for me, other countries, I have the German release of Doctor Who the movie, aka Doctor Who the film, which is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it is the German release. And then, of course, I have the Chinese releases of Series 1 to 13. So we have Series 1 and 2, Series 3 and 4 together, and of course you've got Doctor and Donna. Then, of course, Series 5 and 6 together. Series 7 and 8 together, but it does not have the Day of the Doctor or Time of the Doctor. And then, of course, we have Series 9 and 10 together. And it does contain Twice Upon a Time, which was absolutely a shocker when I was putting that through and looking through the DVDs when I did that video. Doctor Who Series 11 and 12, aka they call it Season 11 and 12. And then, of course, Series 13, or Season 13, like they call it, aka Flux. Yeah, so I do have all 13 series of Modern Who in Chinese. Of course, it does play it in English, and of course you can either listen to it in Chinese or you can watch it in English and read the Chinese writing. And then, of course, me fantastic American and Canada releases. So we got my American and Canada releases. So we have Spearhead from Space, the 3rd and final copy of it on singular Blu-ray. Series 1, as seen on BBC America. Sorry. Series 2, as seen on BBC America. Series 3, as seen on BBC America. Series 4, as seen on BBC America. And the complete specials, as seen on BBC America. And then, of course, as a special treat, I have the entire whole David Tennant collection, including basically the animation specials like Dreamland and the Infinite Quest. So yeah, I have got the whole entire David Tennant collection twice on DVD and Blu-ray. For basically on Blu-ray for America and Canada. So I've got Series 1 to 4 and the specials, and then the entire whole David Tennant collection, which kind of needs updating to add the 60th anniversary specials. And then, of course, one I was given as fan mail back in April, we have the complete 5th series from BBC America, well, from America and Canada, which is absolutely brilliant. And that's not all, because I do own some more American and Canada releases. So, of course, I have the complete Matt Smith collection, everything from the 11th Doctor's era, from the 11th hour to the Time of the Doctor, including Death of the Doctor for the Sarah Jane Adventures. This is a fantastic Jiggy book set. I absolutely love this set. I really do. And I think it's really brilliant. I do love, basically, you've got Clara and Amy and Rory on the artwork. Silurians, the Ice Warriors. You do have a Silurian as well. And stuff on the back, which is absolutely brilliant. I love it. And of course it does contain all the extra stuff that was available over here in the UK first. And then of course we have another one, which is the complete Peter Capaldi years. Yes, my favourite modern Doctor has his own complete years box set like Matt Smith. Absolutely flipping brilliant. I love it. I mean, look at that. You got the Doctor, Clara and Bill. Absolutely brilliant. Of course, shiny at the back. And if you remove the cards, you got the Doctor giving his speech. I do what I do because it's right. Because it's decent. And above all, it's kind. That's it. Just kind. I love it. I absolutely love that. I love the Capaldi era. Absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, my final basically America and Canada release, the complete Jodie Whittaker years. Absolutely the complete Jodie Whittaker years. And that contains everything from The Woman Who Fell to Earth to The Power of the Doctor. And that is my entire Blu-ray collection, from the collection range to the Steelbooks, standard Blu-rays, and the other countries' Blu-rays. I love collecting other Doctor Who stuff from other countries, like me American Blu-ray DVDs. I love me American DVDs, and I love my American Blu-rays. But that's absolutely everything I have in the collection so far until more gets announced. Now, I would like to try and get more American sets at some point on Blu-ray, like the rest of the series 6 and 7, and get them all separately. I am hoping to. But yeah, I absolutely love it. My favourites, I don't know why, but I love the Chinese sets, because it's better to have them like two series together instead of having to buy them individually, which is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. I love the Chinese sets. I love the American and Canada sets. I even love the UK versions. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of my Blu-ray collection. What ones would you like to have in your collection? Do you collect other Doctor Who DVDs and Blu-rays from other countries as well as living here in the UK or in America and Canada? Let me know. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content.